Hello guys, it's your boy Footy and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a lot to talk about with the Trailblazers promo dropping in the game yesterday. What way has that affected the market? And one big SBC that we're still waiting to see in this game. But before we get into any of that, boys, of course, we've got to look at yesterday's content, which of course was Trailblazers. The promo has finally been released. A lot of amazing cards. If we slide over to the SBC section, obviously you'll see we've got this Rodrigo, who I personally think looks a really good card. Obviously 5'9", 4-star, 4-star. He can play right across the attacking line, from striker all the way on the wing positions, right mid, right wing, or left wing. For me, probably not one that I'm going to do, to be honest, boys, because I'm a squad, but 84 rated by the team of the week, 86 for the La Liga player, 87 and an 88, so 4 squads. When you compare that to the likes of Play of the Month Son, who is an equally amazing SBC, a very good card, but also a little bit extra expensive with an extra couple of squads and a bit more fodder needed. So I think if you're going to pick one of these, Rodrigo is probably your best bet. Now, as well as the player SBC yesterday, we also did get an inform upgrade. Now, this inform upgrade included an extra team. As you guys will remember, we had one last week, which was 1 to 3, so it was Team of the Week's 1 to 3. This week, it includes this current Team of the Week players. So if you do this SBC, you get an untradeable player, and you have that chance of getting a player from this Team of the Week. And for this SBC then, an 83 rated squad with 185 card required. Right guys, so if we move ourselves over to the store then as well, we do see, as always, on a promo Friday, EA do release some big packs yesterday, man. They did drop some big packs. So we've got this 10k nano season opener, they dropped that again, and then they did drop some big pack supply. Now, a lot of people would already saved packs for yesterday. There's no doubt about that with any sort of marquee matchups or champs qualifiers or anything like that. There are objectives as well. But obviously, they did drop this Trailblazer Essential Pack, 1,000 FIFA points or 85k, and also this premium Trailblazer pack, 175k or 2,000 FIFA points. This premium pack's quite interesting because apart from it being very expensive, there looks to be quite a variety in the pack. Essentially, guys, it's an 82 times 30. But as you can see written in the description, it's literally players of each position. So 10 goalies or defenders, 10 midfielders, and 10 attackers. And then wrapping up yesterday's content then, guys, into objectives we go. And we do have a few new things. So we've got this Callum Wilson Trailblazers. I mean, he's a little bit of XP involved with it as well. And you've got 4 different sections here to complete. As you can see, the packs aren't great from it, but it's something else to grind for. And obviously, you're mainly grinding for this card, which I think Callum Wilson, I actually used his goal card in my starter team, and I really liked him. So this is a card that I can definitely see myself grinding. Also, guys, as you can see, a little bit of XP both within this assist away challenge and also in the group reward. You get 500 XP as well as the pack. So a little bit of XP to be had there as well. Now, speaking of XP as well, we did get extra XP yesterday as well in terms of the weekly and bi-weekly objectives that do refresh on a Friday every week. Now, a big L for me was that I actually forgot to do my moments ones this week, so it actually hasn't refreshed, as you can see. It's got 6 out of the 7 completed, or 7 out of the 8 completed, should I say. But the moments one I forgot to do. So I never actually knew that this didn't completely refresh. So by me not doing that, it hasn't refreshed my objective for the whole week, which is a bit of an L. The bi-weekly objectives come out as well, which, as I say, you've got 500 XP a pop here. So that is 2,500 XP, and then it's 3,000 total with the objective reward, the group reward. So definitely something you want to be grinding throughout the week. Right, guys, so with yesterday's content covered, now we move on to Trailblazers and these new cards that released into the game yesterday. With these Trailblazer cards, in terms of the market and prices, what way have they fluctuated over the last 12 hours or so since they've been released? Let's take a look at this Salah, for example, alright? Now, his price has massively declined, as you can see. So, we started off at 1,775,000 firstly last night at content time, alright? He's dropped all the way now down to 941. He has dropped 700k since last night. Now, there's a multitude of reasons for this. We'll go through a few other cards for examples as well. But I mean, there's some of these cards, it depends how good they are in game as well. Maybe people are using this card thinking he's not a lot better than maybe the gold one, for example. And the gold one now is coming in at 239k, and obviously we know he has an inform as well. And maybe a lot of players are thinking, is this 91 Salah better than the 90 by that much? And maybe they've decided to cash in. So yeah, that Salah dropped a whole lot last night. Now, if we look at another card that's a Trailblazer that also has an inform, Jude Bellingham, for example, alright? So he is currently just over that 1 million coin mark. If we go to Arley here again, you will see though, he's at a big increase, boys. He's been up nearly 100k since content time. He was at 1 million coins, about 1 million, near enough 1.1 mil at content time, 1,076,000, rose all the way up, and now he's sitting at 1.154. Let's look at Hansen then. So Hansen, 1.8 million. And her card from last night then, she started off at 2,446k. She's very similar like the decline of the Salah card I just showed you guys as well. So 2,446 right down to 1,750,000. So near enough in a couple of hours there, at the time of recording this, she's dropped like 700k. And someone like this Hansen card here, for example, I mean, obviously with the supply in the market last night, it's a Friday, you've got FUT Champs rewards coming into things, along with all the save packs that people save for Trailblazers. And obviously the big store packs that I already mentioned earlier in today's video. Packs like this are obviously adding supply and coins onto the market, and yeah, This is causing cards like this to decline in price. Not that this is a bad card, but it might just be a case of people working out as well that, you know, when they use this Hansen card, maybe she's not much better than the regular gold one, and that might cause more and more people to frequently sell this card as well, lowering the price. Right, we've got to check Mbappe's price, all right? Just for, you know, he's the poster boy of this promo, of course. Coming in at 5 million at the time of recording this. Arlie Graf starts at 8.4 million. He's now down to 5 million. But a card like Mbappe, you can expect that. That is not saying that this Mbappe is bad. It is simply just saying that he is like 8 million to start off with. He's never going to hold a value of 8 million. So, yeah, he's had a big decline of obviously 3 million coins, down to 5 million now. Now, in terms of whether or not this card will drop further and further and further, and, you know, if you guys are asking, Jack, when do you think this card will stop dropping? Well, you know, he doesn't have any other special card, does he? He's a 92, the Trailblazer, and then the 91 gold. Now, the 91 gold rare is coming in right now at 2.8 million. So, it's not going to, he can't drop below that. I would expect this Mbappe card to still go down a little bit more, but not too much more. Maybe another couple of 100k, maybe down to around the maybe 4.5 million route for a few days, I would think, and then maybe further down after that, about 3.5 million. Now, obviously, the gold rare one is out of packs right now, with the promo card being in packs, so we can see slight increases in this gold rare Mbappe as well. Trailblazers Griezmann then, one of the new promo cards yesterday as well, and definitely a very sought after card for people's weekend league teams and stuff as well. Obviously has that playstyle plus off the Trivela, which is going to be super OP and effective. But, yeah, I mean, his price is kind of, he went from 834 at 6 o'clock, down below the 100k mark at about 9 o'clock last night, or 7 o'clock last night, and then he kind of rose a little bit over the last couple of hours. So, yeah, this Griezmann, I think he'll hang around this price, 800k, might drop a little bit, but I think if you're in possession of a Griezmann, I would probably cash in when you can, if you're not planning on using him, of course, because I don't see him certainly rising too much above this price. 800k is a lot in this game right now, of course, and yeah, I think he'll hang about this price for a bit, and then we'll see a gradual decline off him. If we turn our attention back to last week, boys, obviously we got this Ousmane Dembele, and I would kind of draw comparisons with this Ousmane Dembele and the Trailblazer Griezmann. Similar comparisons in terms of the price and what I'd advise you boys to be doing, because I mean, this Ousmane Dembele last week, he came out in the promo, obviously, he started off at around 1.254, he drops about 300k, and then another 100k, down to around the 800ks, around 850k or so. But then, as you'll see, boys, the decline starts to get slower and slower and slower. He's now at 735 a week later, but that's a week later, right? 7 days later, so he's had a lot of time to slowly decline. You'll notice here on this graph, it's not a big decline, but just slow, gradual decline. And I think this is what's going to happen with Griezmann and some other cards I got as well. This Ousmane Dembele is a good one to go with, as you can see here by his price. You know, it's similar. It's going to be similar to the Griezmann, I think. They're both very sought after and popular cards for people's teams this weekend league and beyond, you know, just to add to their teams in general. But yeah, I certainly think a card like this, Ousmane Dembele, is a good example to use in terms of if you've got a card like Griezmann right now, probably cash in if you're not planning on using him, because you'll make the coins before he starts this gradual decline in price. Now, in terms of the lower tier Trailblazer market, like the likes of Mkhitaryan, Guirassy, Caroline and Nicoli here, players like that, like I'll click on Caroline here for example. These are players like in any other promo Friday where they always drop in price the longer they're out, alright? Because there's not too much additional interest in the card after people see them in packs at 6. They're packed quite a lot, and this causes their value to decline quite a lot as well. So this Caroline, you'll notice here as well, Arlie started off at 22k, and she's dropped to near enough discard price. And with yesterday's Trailblazers promo, what way did this affect the market in terms of your traditional meta cards for Weekend League? The likes of Rashford, Militao, obviously some of their regular versions as well, like the Griezmanns, the Rodrigos. Rodrigo does have an SBC now as well, so keep an eye on his price, his gold card. Will he rise? Will he go down? Right now, he's sitting around 45k. But obviously, due to his SBC coming out yesterday, he has went through a massive decline, as expected. He started off the day yesterday at 71,000 coins, and now he has dropped to... he went down to his lowest at 38k at 6 o'clock last night, but he's now rose a wee bit back up to 44k. But this card is certainly not going to rise back up to 70k again. He'll hang around the 40k mark, I think. So certainly a big decline in regard to Rodrigo's price there with that one. Obviously, Heung-min Son with the Player of the Month SBC releasing yesterday, he's obviously went down from 125k all the way to 81k as well. Around the SBC time, he starts to decline and then decline again. He declines actually later in the day yesterday because his SBC arrived at 11 a.m. UK yesterday, but he actually held his price for a little bit first. I guess people were testing what the Sun was like as a Player of the Month card. I'm sure a lot of people have thought he's very good, and that is why his base card has declined in price to around 70,000 coins. Jules Koundé obviously has his Trailblazer in the game right now. Go to his price. What is his base looking at? Because let's not kid ourselves, guys. Obviously, these gold cards are still very, very valuable and very desirable for people's teams. I mean, yes, ideally, you want the better version of every card in the game that you can add to your team. But, you know, there is nothing wrong at this stage on the 14th of October talking about a 85 rated rare gold Kunde. He's a very meta defender in the game. And he's actually went through a rise. So obviously he started yesterday at 160k. Around content time he was 168k. And he's actually continued to rise throughout content even after he's got a promo card in the game. If we look at Jude Bellingham, another card, he's got a Trailblazers, of course. Yet again, his gold card exactly the same as Kunde. The FIFA community knows what they're doing, man. They know. Listen, there's always been panic selling on a Friday, but it doesn't mean that all these gold cards just become completely irrelevant. Like, you look at Kunde there, you look at Bellingham now as well. His price around 6 o'clock yesterday was 124k, right? He continues to rise both before content and after content again, even after his Trailblazer card is out in packs. Just continues to show, boys, the value of these gold rare cards, and don't be panic selling them too much, especially during a weekend league where people want to be adding these cards in their team, because not everyone has the luck to pack, obviously, the special versions of these amazing cards. Now, guys, one big SBC that we are still yet to see in EAFC 24 Ultimate Team. It's the title of this video. Where is this SBC? Of course, what I'm talking about, you guys all know, the Hero Pack 87 Max overall Hero Pack SBC has still not been released in the game. I thought there was a slim chance of it releasing last night. Obviously, we did not get it. So my expectation now is Sunday. Now, what way can you boys prepare for that SBC being released? Now, in FIFA 23, the first SBC for the Hero Pack came out on 24th of October, I do believe. It was either 22nd or 24th, and then there was another one released around about the start of November, like the 8th or 9th of November. Now, you can see here, these were the requirements for those SBCs. So you had an 84 and 85 squad, so it was a 2-squad SBC. The 84 required 1 Team of the Week player, and 2 86 or higher cards. 85 then required no inform, but it did require 3 86 or higher cards. So this is just some idea of what way the market will probably fluctuate in the next few days. I mean, we obviously know the traditional fodder prices will definitely rise. Especially, I think Sunday, you know, is now the day that a lot of people have in their heads. A lot of people in the FIFA community have in their heads. So keep that in mind, boys, when if you're holding fodder as well. You know, those 83, the 86, the 87, 88 cards, any sort of fodder that is going to be picked up in the market by people for this SBC. Sunday is the day I think a lot of people think now that it will be released. And Sunday, years gone by, has been a day that icon packs, hero packs have been released. So I would agree with that. I think Sunday's my prediction for it. These are the requirements of last year when the first 2 hero packs released. So go off this, you know, if you want to invest in some informs, some cheap informs, they are likely to rise, of course. In terms of whether you boys are currently holding a hero in your club, so maybe some of you boys have picked up heroes off the market, whether you're a trader, or maybe you've got a hero that maybe isn't in your team anymore that you're thinking of selling, and you're wondering, when do you sell? Do you sell them before the hero pack releases, after the hero pack releases? Well, obviously, you know, I'm using this Captivia as an example. Captivia, base hero. So obviously, if we go, this is obviously a yearly curve here, but if we go through specifically around the time where the hero pack was released, the very first hero pack was released. So if we go to around November time for that, one of those first hero packs, say we go to about November the 2nd, alright? A couple of days before another hero pack released into the game, right? So 107k for this Captivia, but you will notice, November the 3rd, 104k. The market is getting, people are preparing, man. November the 4th then, 98k. And then as you notice, boys, November the 5th, 82k. And there starts to be big drop-offs in price. He kind of hangs around that 80k mark. And then as you'll see, as the days go on, he goes into the 70s. And then even into the 60s by November the 20th. But yeah, it has a gradual decline then because there's more and more supply when that hero pack releases around this time. But you'll see even before, not even just, we obviously know there's going to be a decline on Sunday or whenever this hero pack releases on EAFC. There's going to be a massive decline in 9 out of 10 cards for these. Apart from the top echelon of hero cards, the rest of them are all going to see a big decline in price, which is why if you're holding a hero card currently, cash in. It just shows November the 2nd, a couple of days before that hero pack comes out, it just shows that the before is key, which is not, we're in that before phase now, boys, where it's a couple of days where we think the hero pack come out in a couple of days time. It's all about the preparation, man. If you're trading with heroes or you've got a few heroes in your club, if you're not going to use them, you'd be better cashing in now. You'll see on this graph, this is what people did at that time. They're picking up these hero cards and the price is gradually dropping. Not just, it's gradually dropping in the days leading up to the hero pack. Not just on, it obviously takes a massive decline on the day the SBC releases, but even in the days leading up to it, it's taken a couple of thousand coins decline every day on these hero prices for this Captivia, for example, who was a very, very meta card in FIFA 23, so I thought he was a good example to use here. Thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like for us. Make sure you hit that subscribe. Remember, we've got daily streams on the channel, as well as these daily uploads every single day as well. Go to 7k is on, help us out with it, smash a like, drop a comment down below and let me know if you currently own a hero as well and what you're planning on doing with it over the next few days. Are you going to keep it? Are you going to sell it? And until the next one, guys, peace out.